Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. It's your boy Duck, and I'm about to react to 5 disturbing ways normal people died. Alright, let's see. 5 disturbing, and this video is about 20 minutes. Okay. Oof. Alright, let's get it. Let's watch. Let's see. First of all, RP to all that have fallen in this video, regardless of the way you died, even if it was a stupid way or whatever. Or just a supernatural way. It could be supernatural because it says disturbing. So, yeah, sorry. RP, y'all. Let's watch.
Life's full of surprises, and sometimes the biggest surprise is how ridiculously people kick the bucket. Consider this your ultimate what not to do guide as we dive into 5 stories of everyday folks who met their end in the silliest ways possible. We're talking Windows, not the computer, fish cakes, and even Coca-Cola. Yeah, it gets weird. Buckle up, and as always, viewer discretion is advised.
Oh, they said Coca-Cola.
All right, folks, buckle up because this story is equal parts bizarre and tragic, with a side of facepalm-worthy decisions. Picture this. It's Friday, January 12th, 2007, and a morning radio show called The Morning Rave on KDND decides to host an on-air contest with a prize everyone wanted back then, a Nintendo Wii. Yep, the hottest gaming console of the era, worth around $250. The name of the contest? Hold Your Wii for a Wii. And yes, it's just as ridiculous as it sounds. But hey, you gotta admire the straightforwardness. Here's the deal. Contestants had to drink as much water as possible without going to the bathroom. If you've ever been stuck on a long road trip with no rest stops, you know the struggle these people were about to face. But on paper, it seemed harmless enough until it wasn't. Enter Jennifer Strange, a devoted wife, loving mom of 3, and someone just trying to
If you wait, hold up. Nah. Yeah, if you fasting, you can't do this activity. I don't think you can do this activity, bro. That sounds bad. Like, okay, let's see.
Strange, a
Damn,
devoted
my mother
wife,
too.
loving mom of 3, and someone just trying to win a fun gaming system for her family. What could possibly go wrong, right? The contest kicked off at 6:15 a.m. with 18 eager participants, each handed an 8-ounce bottle of water to chug every 15 minutes. At first, it seemed like a breeze. These were small half-pint bottles after all, but after just 90 minutes and 5 bottles in, the first contestant, James Ibarra, tapped out, his bladder waving the white flag. And that's when things started getting weird. A nurse, clearly more informed than the show's hosts, called in to warn them about the dangers of water intoxication, a real and potentially deadly condition where drinking too much water dilutes vital electrolytes, causing severe health issues. You'd think this would be a huge red flag, but nope, the hosts laughed it off. One even joked, "Is anyone dying in there?" Another quipped, "They signed releases, so we're not responsible." Yikes. Meanwhile, the contestants were kept in a separate room, oblivious to the nurse's warning. Jennifer, determined to win that Wii for her kids, kept going even as the pain set in. She complained about severe discomfort and splitting headaches, but the hosts were still joking around, showing a shocking lack of understanding. When one DJ asked if water poisoning was even a thing, another replied, "Not with water. Your body's 98% water. Why can't you take in as much as you want?" A third host even joked, "Maybe we should have researched this first."
Man, y'all some dumb
As the contest
motherfuckers.
dragged on, the water bottles got bigger and the stakes higher. Jennifer pushed through nearly 2 gallons of water in just over 3 hours. Despite being in visible distress, she powered on, wanting to bring that Wii home for her 2 sons and daughter. When she finally bowed out, she was the second to last contestant standing, earning, wait for it, tickets to a Justin Timberlake concert. Not quite the prize she was aiming for, but things went from bad to catastrophic. Jennifer's stomach was painfully swollen, and she complained of excruciating headaches. Hoping some rest would help, She skipped work and went straight to bed.
Just should have
What
went
she
to the
didn't know
hospital,
was that
bro.
her body was already in crisis. Excessive water intake had diluted her blood sodium levels, causing water to flood into her cells. While most tissues can handle a little
Oh.
swelling, the brain, not so much. Encased in a rigid skull, her swelling brain had nowhere to go, leading to severe damage. Later that day, Jennifer called her workplace, crying and describing unbearable pain. Just 5 hours after the contest ended, her mother found her lifeless body at home. It's hard to imagine a more heartbreaking end to what
5
was supposed to be a
hours.
lighthearted event. The fallout was swift. The morning rave hosts, known on air as Trish, Maney, and Lucas, were fired the very next day. KDND canceled the show and terminated 10 employees in total. Jennifer's family sued the station, and on October 29, 2009, a California jury awarded them $16.5 million in damages. The station was held fully accountable for the reckless stunt that cost Jennifer her life.
Oh, shit. Holy shit. How did nobody know? I know it was like 2007, but how did nobody know about water poisoning, like that type of shit? Damn. I would have. How does nobody on that show or that giveaway research that? They just went with the flow. Yo. What? They should have had like doctors in the same room. Not in a different room, in the same room, to let them know. Whatever, they got sued for it and lost $16.5 million, and they was denied of some stuff. Whatever. Guess people have to find out the hard way. Damn, RP to that mother, bro. Shit. Died from water. That's crazy.
We've all got our guilty pleasures, hot chocolate, Netflix binges, maybe a little too much coffee, but for Natasha Harris, a 30-year-old mother of 8 from Invercargill, New Zealand, her guilty
Another
pleasure
mother.
turned into a deadly obsession. Her
Damn.
love for Coca-Cola wasn't your typical, I need a soda with my burger kind of thing. We're talking 2 gallons of Coke every single
Oh my
day.
gosh.
From the moment she woke up to the moment she went to bed,
2
she was never far
gallons.
from a glass of the fizzy stuff. And it wasn't just a craving, it was a full-blown addiction. Without her usual
She made it to
supply,
30 years old,
Natasha
though.
would
That's
experience
the
withdrawal symptoms like
crazy
shaking,
part.
irritability, and restlessness. But because there were no warning labels on the bottles, her family never thought this everyday beverage could be dangerous, even as her health started to fall apart. For about 6 months before her death, Natasha's health took a serious hit. She was constantly exhausted, often nauseous and frequently vomiting in the mornings. Despite feeling extreme fatigue and a racing heartbeat, she avoided seeing doctors due to a deep fear of them. To make matters worse, her lifestyle wasn't helping. She barely
I
ate,
understand that.
only having a small lunch most days, and smoked around 30 cigarettes daily.
Damn,
Her soda
hold
addiction
up. She was fucking herself up. Let me go back. I cannot look at that. But yo, she was fucking herself up. So she doing 2 gallons of Coca-Cola, because if I say Coke by itself, that sounds like she's doing drugs. She doing 2 gallons of Coca-Cola, and she's smoking 30 cigarettes a day? Is that what he's saying? A day? Fuck. Yo, she was gonna die regardless. I'm surprised she made it to 30. Holy shit. That's crazy, dude.
lunch most days, and smoked around 30 cigarettes daily. Her soda addiction even affected her teeth. They rotted so badly they had to be removed. And some of her kids were born without enamel on their teeth, likely due to her excessive soda consumption during pregnancy. And if you're wondering just how much caffeine she was putting into her system, brace yourself. A single ounce of Coke contains 2.3 milligrams of caffeine, and with Natasha consuming between 2.1 and 2.6 gallons daily, she was taking in around 800 milligrams of caffeine a day. double the safe limit for an average adult. Combine that with her poor diet and smoking habits, and her body was running on empty. On the morning of February 25, 2010, Natasha's routine started as usual, getting her kids ready for school and having her morning Coke fix. But shortly after, everything changed. She collapsed against a wall in the bathroom, struggling to breathe. Her partner, Christopher Hodkinson, called emergency services and tried desperately to revive her with CPR, but despite his efforts, Natasha passed away at home. The inquest into her death revealed cardiac arrhythmia, an irregular heartbeat, as the primary cause of death. But it didn't stop there. Doctors also suspected severe hypokalemia, a dangerous condition where potassium levels in the blood drop too low, likely due to her soda addiction. Potassium is crucial for proper muscle and nerve function, including keeping your heart beating normally. When you overload on caffeine and sugar, they drive potassium into your cells and out of your bloodstream, leaving dangerously low levels where it matters most. In the aftermath, Christopher blamed Coca-Cola for Natasha's death, believing the company should take responsibility for the health risks associated with excessive consumption of their product. But Coca-Cola denied direct responsibility, arguing that while cardiac arrhythmia was the official cause of death, there was no definitive proof that Coke alone was to blame. Still, experts pointed out the sheer volume of liquid Natasha consumed daily, 338 ounces a day, would strain anyone's body, regardless of the beverage. And let's not forget the 4,000 calories she was drinking every day just from Coke, almost double the recommended daily intake. While most people who enjoy soda in moderation don't need to worry, Natasha's story serves as a sobering reminder that even something as ordinary as a soft drink can turn deadly when taken to extremes. So maybe next time you reach for that extra can of Coke, you'll think twice, because no one wants their love of soda to take a dark and dangerous turn.
Wait, I don't understand that. Why do people try to sue after the fact? Why you suing, bro? You knew what she was doing every day. You even married her for doing that shit every day. Your kids got the effects from her doing that shit every day. Come on, man. Don't be out here. Don't be one of those people, bro. RP to her, but like, come on, bro. Every day she drinking two liters of soda, and you don't think something's wrong with that? They recommend a gallon of water a day. Why the fuck would you do 2 liters of soda?
Some stories sound so bizarre they're hard to wrap your head around, and this is definitely one of them. Meet Darren Hickey, a 51-year-old British wedding planner from Bolton, Lancashire, who was known for his big personality and even bigger heart. Not only was he a pro at planning dream weddings, but he was also deeply dedicated to charity. But Darren wasn't just about work. His incredible resilience made him an inspiration. 7 years earlier, he'd survived a massive stroke that left him with difficulty walking and speaking, but he didn't let that stop him. His determination earned him the Inspirational Person of Courage Award from the Stroke Association. You'd think after overcoming so much, Darren would have faced down just about anything. But no one could have predicted how a simple fish cake would change everything. It all started on April 4th, 2019, when Darren attended a wedding venue in Lancashire. At some point around noon, he sampled a small fish cake. Totally normal, right? But here's where things took a turn. That little bite of fish cake was scalding hot, and it burned the back of his throat. Now, we've all burnt our tongues on pizza or soup before, no big deal, and Darren thought the same. But as the day went on, that minor burn started feeling less minor. The pain grew worse, so Darren decided to get it checked out. He went to the urgent care ward at Chorley Hospital, where doctors assessed him and sent him home with paracetamol and the usual advice to come back if things got worse. Trusting the doctors, Darren went home to rest, assuming the worst was behind him. But the worst was just beginning. Over the next 12 hours, that burn turned into something far more dangerous than anyone could have expected. The swelling in Darren's throat increased rapidly, and by that evening his condition took a terrifying turn. His partner, Neil Parkinson, heard distressing noises and rushed to find Darren standing, choking and gasping for air. Neil tried desperately to help, and paramedics arrived quickly, but it was too late. Just after midnight, Darren was pronounced dead at Royal Bolton Hospital. A man who had survived a stroke and fought his way back to health was taken down by a single bite of hot fish cake. And if that's not chilling, I don't know what is. The inquest at Bolton Coroner's Court revealed the terrifying cause of Darren's death: extensive throat swelling leading to suffocation, and we're not talking a little irritation. The burn was so severe that it blocked his airway, depriving his body of oxygen. Pathologist Dr. Patrick W. explained that the burn was spot only visible with specialized equipment. He even compared the spot only visible with specialized equipment. He even compared the injury to burns seen in people who inhale smoke during house fires. And it all started with one small bite of hot fish cake. While these cases are incredibly rare, it makes you think twice about those times you've burnt your tongue on hot pizza, because sometimes what seems like a simple mistake can turn into something far more dangerous.
That's crazy, dude. That's
more dangerous.
I didn't think that was gonna go to that point, yo. It's the swelling on his the swelling led to him not even being able to breathe by something, just by eating just by sampling something on the streets. Damn, bro. RP.
Ever wonder if we're really ready to hand over the steering wheel to artificial intelligence?
No.
Well, this next story might make you pump the brakes on that idea.
Hell no. It's cool. I ain't gonna lie. It's cool. My bro Logan. We was in the car in the Tesla together. We got to see self-driving. It's cool. But fuck no. It's cool. But no. We're not doing that, bro. I will get a gas car over an electric car any day, bro. Now, if cars was flying and they was safely flying, yeah, maybe we'll think about that. With the autopilot system that airplanes have, yeah, we'll think about it, but that's just a thought.
On a quiet night in Tempe, Arizona, on March 18, 2018, a groundbreaking experiment in self-driving tech went horribly wrong. Elaine Hertzberg, a 49-year-old woman, was wheeling her bicycle across the road when she crossed paths with an Uber vehicle traveling at 40 miles per hour. Sounds like the setup for a bad movie, right? Except this was real life, and it turned tragic fast. The Volvo SUV, tricked out with Uber's autonomous driving system, was in self-driving mode with Rafaela Vasquez, a safety driver behind the wheel. Her job? Keep an eye on the car and step in if things went haywire. Spoiler alert, things did go haywire. Here's where it gets even messier. It turns out that Rafaela was distracted, and not just "I glanced at my phone" distracted. She was streaming an episode of The Voice on her phone, yes, really, at the exact moment she was supposed to be monitoring a self-driving car. She looked down at her lap for over 5 seconds and looked up less than a second before the impact. By then, it was way too late. Meanwhile, Uber's AI brain was having an existential crisis, struggling to figure out what Elaine was: a vehicle, a bicycle, an other object. Because she wasn't near a crosswalk, the system failed to predict her path, and when the car finally decided to hit the brakes, it was 1.3 seconds before the crash, way too late to avoid tragedy.
Damn.
To make things worse, Uber had disabled the car's emergency braking system, putting all the responsibility on the safety driver, who, as we now know, was busy watching TV. The fallout was swift and brutal. This was the first pedestrian fatality involving a self-driving car, and the National Transportation Safety Board's investigation exposed some terrifying oversights. First, Uber's autonomous system didn't recognize jaywalkers,
That's
a huge
bad.
blind spot given how often people cross outside designated
Yeah, that's
areas.
bad.
Second, there was insufficient training and zero oversight of safety drivers. Rafaela was working alone and distracted for most of her shift, a recipe for disaster.
How you
Third,
looking down, bro?
Uber's
Look at-
system didn't
look
alert
this
safety drivers in emergencies,
window.
which meant there was no warning when things went wrong. And
Oh,
finally,
yeah.
Uber's Advanced Technologies Group had no formal safety plan, no standardized procedures, and no dedicated safety manager. Basically, they were winging it with self-driving cars.
Bruh.
Unsurprisingly, the backlash was intense. Uber's self-driving car program in Arizona was suspended, and Rafaela faced legal consequences. She was sentenced to 3 years of supervised probation, with the charge downgraded to a misdemeanor if she completed her sentence successfully. While she bore some responsibility, the court also pointed to Uber's shocking lack of safety measures as a major contributing factor. After the accident, Uber updated its software to finally recognize jaywalkers, something you'd think would have been a basic feature from the start.
Yeah, for real.
So, the next time you hear someone say, self-driving
Couldn't draw that
cars are
shit
the
in Texas, I'll
future,
tell you that.
maybe take a moment to wonder, are we really ready?
They jaywalk every day in Texas, boy. Every day, all day, every day. Especially homeless. Homeless stay jaywalking. They don't care. Damn, that's just, bro. A lot of people, I see these smart ass people. They don't think about the smart, the obvious fucking shit they need to think about. They think about all the other shit, all the other complicated shit. But then they don't think about the simple shit. At least at the beginning of their career. All right. I mean, they getting sued or RP to that woman, but damn. Story number 5.
Sometimes, a seemingly harmless dare can take a dark turn, and that's exactly what happened to Sam Ballard. In 2010, the 19-year-old aspiring rugby player was enjoying a chill evening with his friends at the home of Jimmy Galvin, a buddy who, believe it or not, is now a famous pianist and music composer. The group was just hanging out, sipping on red wine and trying to act a bit grown up. But then, the night took an unexpected turn when a slug appeared on the concrete patio. And, as it often does with a bunch of teenage boys, a dare was born. So, what did they do? They dared Sam to eat the slug. A totally innocent, silly moment among friends, right? What could possibly go wrong? Well, what happened next would change Sam's life forever. He gulped down the slimy creature, thinking it was just a weird, gross challenge. But soon after, he began feeling incredibly weak, with his legs in pain. Then came the dizziness, followed by vomiting. His mother, Katie Ballard,
Man, that's why I don't do dares, bro. You eating something that's alive, and these things, they don't just die if they go down your throat, bro. And nah, that's not how it works. Oh man, they gotta make it to your stomach before they die, obviously, because you got acid in your stomach.
initially thought the symptoms might be a sign of multiple sclerosis, a condition that had affected her husband. Multiple sclerosis can cause fatigue, dizziness, and weakness in the legs, and Sam had all of those symptoms. But doctors quickly ruled it out. It wasn't until Sam mentioned that he had eaten a slug that the puzzle pieces started to fall into place. Katie was skeptical. Who gets sick from eating a slug? But soon, Sam's diagnosis would prove much more terrifying. He had contracted a rare parasite known as rat lungworm disease. You might be wondering what on earth rat lungworm disease is.
That sounds
Well,
horrible.
here's the scoop. It's a disease caused by a parasite typically found in rats. The parasite gets into slugs when they consume rat feces that's contaminated with the parasite. When humans eat raw or undercooked slugs, the parasite can make its way into the brain, causing severe complications. And that's exactly what happened to Sam. The parasite made its way to his brain, causing inflammation in the membrane surrounding both the brain and spinal cord. Things went downhill fast, and Sam was soon in a coma, fighting for his life. Though most cases of rat lungworm disease are mild, Sam's case was catastrophic. He remained in a coma for about 13 months. When he woke up, he found himself in a completely different world, paralyzed and barely able to speak. His rugby dreams were shattered, and now he needed help to do even the simplest tasks. Despite this devastating new reality, Sam remained fully aware of everything around him. His friend Jimmy, who had been there when the dare went down, couldn't help but feel guilty. In an emotional moment, he apologized to Sam, with tears streaming down both their faces. Sam's mom, Katie, never blamed his friends for the dare. She knew it was just a reckless moment of youth. However, the weight of what followed would weigh heavily on her forever. She hoped, against all odds, that one day Sam might walk again, but deep down she knew his life could never go back to the way it was. In the final years of Sam's life, Katie fought tirelessly for her son's care, especially when Australian authorities cut disability funding. But despite her relentless efforts, the years of hardship wore on her. On November 2nd, 2018, Sam passed away at the age of 28 in Hornsby Hospital, just a short distance from where he grew up. In his final moments surrounded by his loved ones, Sam managed to say the words Katie had been longing to hear, "I love you." It was the last thing he ever said before taking his final breath, a sad reminder of how one dare changed everything.
Damn. That man got dared to death. Damn, that's crazy. Well, be careful what you dare a motherfucker to do. Be careful what you actually do when you do dares. Man, that's crazy. That one of the comments, it was like, why you need warning labels? Nobody thinks about common sense and logic. Like, no, they don't. They don't think about logic like that, bro. Logic is hit or miss with a lot of people, apparently. If it's not warned, even, you know what's funny? Even if it was a warning label, you know how many people still do the shit? It don't matter. It don't matter. It don't matter at all. Damn. Hope you guys. I learned something. I learned some things in this video. I learned what doctors actually get to see, and just some interesting like prognosis of stuff. I don't know. That is pretty interesting to see. That's what I got from that. And don't do the dumb shit that these people do. Or I didn't even know. For possessions of things, maybe. Some of them was for possession of things. Some of them was for kids. RP to all the moms that died in this video. But damn, that's crazy. That is crazy, bruh. Hope you guys found it entertaining to at least learn. Yeah. Thanks for watching. I'm out. Peace.